Thank you, thank you. Thank you for that, Renee. Happy Thursday. If you are watching me here on Facebook, happy Thursday. Instagram, I keep saying Instagram, it's not Instagram. YouTube and LinkedIn, and of course, my Clubhouse people. You are in the Fit, Healthy, and Blessed house here on Clubhouse. We are here Tuesdays and Thursdays. And as you can see at the top, Mind, Body, and Soul Awakening. So you may notice a lower tone in my voice, in my energy, and the past few days, I don't know why I thought it was Mother Nature. Maybe it is, I don't know. I am just so super emotional. And our goal when you come into this space is to motivate us. And yes, I am smiling right now. We were listening to Oprah. Thank you, Renee, so much for that. And I was watching a compilation video that Oprah Winfrey had of like all her episodes. And it was very popular, one of the episodes where she was just giving a car away. And it made me cry. I don't know why. It just made me think of how great it must be to be able to make people happy. Like she'd picked these people that really needed cars. And I guess it just made me think about when I was younger and all the things that I needed, and just being able to have enough money that you can help so much people. And that's just like one of the major things that's important to me, is just to be able to help others so they don't have to go through all the crap that I went through. And so yes, the video motivated me. Yes, I'm crying right now. And I was like, I'm not going to do the room because I'm feeling super emotional. I'm like, nope, Tina, you're going to go through with it. You're not a quitter. No excuses. Good morning, Mommy. Good morning, Carla and Renee. Our goal is to motivate you. And then after we motivate you, and yes, I am super motivated, even though these are tears, tears of joy, tears of sadness, tears of hurt, tears of pain. It's going to inspire me to just be even greater and to work even harder. And inspiration, yes, being inspired by others that have gone through worse. Because if you know anything about Oprah's story, she went through a lot. I'm not going to go into that, but most of the greats in the world have gone through horrible things. And hi, Chris. And these horrible things are what makes them strong, that makes them uncomfortable. And sometimes in life, we have to do things that make us super uncomfortable. And again, I'm so sorry for being super emotional these days. I don't know if it's that I'm missing my sonny boy or I'm missing my daughter. I don't know, but we're going to motivate myself, and then inspire. And then the tools and the skills and the strategies. And the topic for today is tips to be unstoppable with your health. And maybe that's another reason why I'm super emotional, is because of the topic. And yep, that's that, Lord. I'm preparing my next speech for Toastmasters because I will go to the next level. And my next speech is about health. And yesterday I spent a lot of time on it. And the 3 tips that I'm talking about today have to do with cardiovascular disease. And if anyone wants to come up and talk so I can get a good hear out, but pretty much, I don't know if you're aware that cardiovascular disease can actually be prevented by diet and exercise. And something my daughter said to me when she was driving me to the airport, she was like, she remembers when she was a little girl and they would have Chinese food all the time, and Burger King, and because that's all we could afford. And she was like, why was she eating Chinese food? It's so unhealthy for you. And just like, you don't know, you just don't know. Like, I had no idea. I mean, I knew, but I didn't know because I told my dad. I was like, Daddy, you're gonna die. You have high blood pressure. You have this, and it's like I didn't do anything. I did nothing. I mean, I don't even think I ever said stop smoking. And he smoked like, my mom said, a pack or 2 packs a day, and the strongest cigarettes, Cools. And yes, I can't go back. I'm just going to be present right now. Where's my rock? Got my rock here, my rock to keep me grounded and feeling good. So I guess I'm just feeling super emotional because I know that I can't change the past. So that's why now in the present, my goal is to support others. And Chris, I'd love your support on the topics. And before I get into that, I just want to share a quick story with you. It's going to be about 7 minutes long because that's how long my speech is. And I don't know if you all have ever heard of a TV show back in the day called Sanford and Son. Anyone ever heard of that show? Write in the chat if you have. Come on, let's get this energy. Let's change this energy up in the room because you know you're in control of your energy, right? Your mindset and everything. There was this TV show back in the 70s called Sanford and Son, and there was a dad named Fred in it, and he had a son, and they had a junk dealership, junk store, whatever you want to call it. I don't even know if they have those anymore. But anyway, whenever the dad would get super, super excited or mad or angry, he would pretend he would have a heart attack. Ah, I think I'm having a heart attack. You hear me, Elizabeth? I'm coming home to join you. That scene was in every single episode. They did that scene. So today, I want to ask you a quick question. Do you know anyone that has high blood pressure? Put a 1 in the chat. Do you know anyone who has diabetes? Put a 1. What about high cholesterol? What about overweight? Do you know anyone overweight? Just put a 1 in the chat. If any of those things I mentioned, you know, and I'm going to look to see if anyone is with me right now. Okay, Chris said she does, Mommy, she does. Did you know that 1 in 3 people will die from a cardiovascular disease? So if you're on the stage, if you're on wherever you're watching this, think 3 people or look at 3 people around you. One of you will die from this disease. And it's something that actually can be prevented with the proper diet, with exercise, with education, with knowledge. Good morning, Gwendolyn on LinkedIn. So I share this because you are in control of your health. By the way, we're going to have a short session today. It's just going to be 30 minutes. So we're going to be in and out and pop your questions in if you have them. And I say this because my father was unstoppable when it came to taking care of his family. He was unstoppable when it came to working. But when it came to his health, he was not unstoppable. Because he just didn't know. And he died at the age of 49 in 1994, the year my son was born, like a month after my son was born. My dad died at 49 in his sleep from a massive heart attack, something that could have been prevented. I didn't think I'd be crying, guys. Forgive me, forgive me. So he died in his sleep. And again, it could have been prevented. Now, let's fast forward to 2019. I went to visit my mother in Texas for Christmas. Christmas is fun, right? And I noticed she was overweight. Didn't say anything. But then I noticed she was walking with a cane. And I was like, she's walking with a cane. She was struggling to get up the stairs. And she was on high blood pressure medication. So as I was watching her, I'm like, wow, this is kind of like what happened to my dad. And I realized I had to take action instantly. So at that time, hold on a second, guys. I need to do something really quick, really, really quick. You know, I do everything like for real, right? So I realized my mother needed a change. So I had a conversation with her. Mommy, what's going on? And she looked at me. This was a tough conversation. She looked at me and she says, Tina, I've gone through a lot of traumatic things in my life and I'm sad, I'm depressed. I feel paralyzed and I really don't know what to do with myself. And when I heard her say this, I realized I had to start with her mindset. So what I did was I gave her some motivational books to read. I taught her how to journal. We talked about vision boards. She actually made a vision board. And then she started getting her confidence back. And I'm happy to say that May of this year, we did a half marathon in Bermuda, 13.1 miles. Yes, she did. And she actually won first place in her age group. Amazing, right? So that made me feel joyous. So let's talk about myself really quick. Last year, I noticed whenever I would exercise, I'd work out and 30 seconds in, literally, that is what it felt like. It felt like I was about to have a heart attack. I'm like, What is wrong with you, Tina? I've been in the fitness industry for over 10 years. I ate super healthy. I didn't eat meat. So I could not understand what was going on. Why did my chest hurt? Like literally, it was this tight pain. So I'm like, okay, maybe I should go to the doctor. So I went to the doctor and they gave me all these tests. They put me on a treadmill for a stress test. They put EKG things on me. They even put a heart rate monitor on me. I'm like, I'm too young for a heart rate monitor. They had the heart rate monitor on me for 2 weeks. And I came back to the doctor and he's sitting there with his little clipboard all happy. And he's like, I'm happy to say your heart is good and all of your organs are good, blah, blah. And I gave him the Il Nana face. And I was like, so why does my heart hurt whenever I exercise? And he turns to me and he says, well, you have bad blood. Bad blood? What the heck is bad blood? Well, you see what happened. My hemoglobin levels were really low. And for my blood type, I needed red meat. Who would have known? So I started eating red meat and now I feel phenomenal. So I want you to be unstoppable, just like I'm unstoppable. Think of a freight train, right? Chicka, 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 choo, choo. Nothing is stopping that train. And nothing can stop you if you take the right steps to be healthy. So I think my phone thinks that I'm exercising. I never turned my app off this morning. That's funny. So I want you to be unstoppable by 1, stop smoking. So you're not like my dad and die. Stop it. Stop it. And 2, I want you to move your body like my mom. And 3rd, I want you to be like me and change your eating habits. If you do those 3 things, trust me, you will be unstoppable with your health. That's all I have to say. I'm pulling Renee into the chat. If you want to come up, say something. Renee, what are your thoughts on today's topic? I'm not sure if you're able to speak. You can unmic.
I can unmic. I believe, well, first of all, my thoughts are you're on point because taking care of our health has got to be the priority, because without it, I mean, think about it, without it, we cannot serve or do anything else in our lives, whether it's for ourselves or for others, without it, right? Because it's just natural common sense. We're not at our 100% best when we don't take care of our health. And that ranges from anywhere from our bodies to our minds to our spirits, right? We have to take care. It's all a self-care package.
Yeah, so I gave 3 tips. Do you have a tip or 2? And if you're in the audience, if you want to come up, Renee, again, I can't pull anyone up to the audience. I do see that we do have a comment here in the chat from my Texas Pete. Believe it or not, that's the way that Fred Sanford acts. Wow, I did not know that. They thought he was acting, but it was real. Wow.
I'm bringing...
Renee, you never told me that. You're supposed to be the Fred Sanford. Did you hear what Pete said?
What did he say?
He said, believe it or not, that's the way Fred Sanford actually died. They thought he was acting, but it was real.
I did not remember that, but yes, Pete is actually...
Okay, are you talking about Fred Sanford, the TV show, or Red Fox? Because now I'm confused.
We're talking about Red Fox. After Sanford and Son, he started a show called Royal Palace.
Okay, girl.
They were filming Royal Palace, and he started in on the heart attack, but it was the real thing. He died on set.
Wow. Whew. We need some history for that. Okay, so I see we have Miss Hattie and Chris up. Mommy, since I see you first, because what are your thoughts on the topic? Agree, disagree? Would love your input. Go, if you can, unmic. If not.
What was the question again?
There's no question, just your comments, your thoughts. Would you like to add your special tips to being healthy and being unstoppable with your health? Can you guys believe I have no water? I'm here freaking. Like, usually I have water. Yes, I drank 64 ounces already because my bottle is completely empty. But it's like, I feel like a crackhead. Like, I need water. I need water. But go ahead, Mommy.
Yes, I'm actually doing it right now. And I pretty much do it every morning. I'll sit here in the window looking out, and all I see is green trees. And I watch the dew come up on the grass. and then watch the daylight start to come up, and it's really beautiful. I hear the night sounds, the animals, and that helps me to get my mind in a place of peace, because two things that will calm me very quick: give me some peace and quiet with some green woods and trees, and the beach. Oh, I'll be fine. If I could put those two worlds together, I would have my perfect spot. But the mind has to be right. Your mind has to be happy. If your mind's not happy, nothing else is going to work. You have to have that first.
Thank you so much for mentioning that, because I didn't talk about it at all. And that is so important as we're in this mind, body, soul awakening. It all starts with your mindset and what you're thinking. And it all begins with that. And I love that, because when I was talking to my therapist yesterday, I was just like diarrhea of the mouth. Normally I'll talk and let her talk, but I just kept going and going and going. And I was just like, man, I just need to be still. And I could tell I was all over the place with the conversation, and that's what you need sometimes, just to be still and quiet. So thank you so much for reminding us of that, Mommy. Chris, I would love to hear your input on the topic, if possible.
I'd like to piggyback off what Hattie said, because I love to open my eyes and just tell myself today is going to be a great day, and just start the day with gratitude. And then I look at my schedule, and I think I just picture a perfect outcome for everything that's on my schedule. Just so I set ahead of time that everything I'm going to do today is going to be magical. And right now, I'm doing my second step. I'm doing my morning movements, which I teach your folks on Wednesday mornings at my stretching and strength class. So I'm going through a bunch of those movements right now, getting my body moving, getting my joints all lubed up after laying in bed for like 8 hours. And I just love your speech, because you tied all three things together. You have to lose bad habits, you have to move, and you have to eat what's good for your body. And I like how you emphasize that your blood needed red meat. Maybe not everybody's blood needs red meat, but you figured it out. And you've got to go to a nutritionist for the most part to figure these things out. A nutritionist that walks the walk and that is versed in all types of diet, because it's not a one size fits all. We're all different humans. We're all unique, and we all need different things. And I'm so proud of you for figuring it out, Tina.
You are amazing, Chris. And you know what? This is the first time, even though it's super obvious, and sometimes we miss the super obvious stuff. Did you hear when she said, you're resting for 8 hours and then you get up? And in the past, I remember I would get up and just go. Like as soon as I got out of the bed, I would jolt to brush my teeth, to get ready, and then start working or whatever. And what you just said makes so much sense. You've been resting. Your body's been laying still for 8 hours, hopefully for some 7 or 6, but you've been laying still all that time. And you want to, like you said, stretch it, move it, get the joints going, maybe give it some grace and some love. So thank you so much for that visual, Chris, because it made me realize how important it is to get up in the morning and, you know, those morning rituals. What tip would you give that works for you to keep you focused? Or have you always been focused? Because we talk about habits, how important it is to have habit change. And that's how things change, is with habits. What's something that may have been harder for you, Chris, that you overcame that could probably help someone? Would love to hear.
Wow, that's a tough question. It's still morning for me.
Oh yeah, you're an hour behind, right? It's 7:19.
Yes. I say, here's what you need to do. When you come across something that makes you feel good and it's working for you, focus on how it makes you feel. And don't forget how you felt before. So you don't want to relapse back into how you were feeling before. A lot of times we get feeling great and we're like moving around like Miss Hattie, like your mom. She's like all over the place now. And like you said, she was on high blood pressure medicine, walking with cane, couldn't move. You do. I don't want you to focus on that, but you have to be aware. I don't want to go back to that. And I created a way to keep myself healthy. So a lot of people kind of fall off the wagon. Keep in mind what it felt like to fall off that wagon, okay?
Yeah, to fall off that wagon. I love that right there. And another thing, and I don't even have my microphone on, so I'm hoping you guys are on the other end. I just put the microphone on. It made me think about like today when I was out on my run/walk, I was walking and I'm like, why aren't you running, Tina? And I was just like, whatever, I'm just getting the miles in. But listening to what you just said right now, I remember when I couldn't physically run, which was a few months ago, because like I said, my chest, it hurt so bad, Chris, I literally thought I was going to pass out on the side of the road. And today I'm like pissed. I'm going back out again later, because I don't know if you know, we have a challenge, Chris, and your girl Aisha is on my tail, 150 miles for the month. But I say that to say, when I couldn't run, I was just like mad. And now it's like I'm taking that for granted. How evil that is of myself to like not do what I can do when I physically can. I don't even know if I'm expressing myself correctly, but it's like, go ahead. I hear you.
I get exactly what you're saying, because I'll use this as an example. One time I broke a bone in my foot, and I had to be non-weight bearing for 8 weeks.
Oh,
when they take that movement away from you, you are like, oh my God. I so took for granted the fact that I could walk, run, do whatever I wanted. And I don't want anybody to have to experience those moments where your movement is taken away from you from an injury. So I do want to say, be grateful every day that you can move. Just like what you just said, Tina, now you can run. Your heart doesn't hurt. And be grateful.
Grateful. It seems like there should be a song like that. Grateful, grateful, Lord. That's not it, but anyway, ouch. I went too far to the microphone. So as we wrap up today, like I said, this is going to be a short little room today because I have a lot on the plate that I want to achieve. Just being unstoppable begins with the mindset. If you know anything, our core values for myself, for my business, is the first one is oh Lord, I'm not getting a brain freeze. I'm not. Loyalty. That's the first one. Loyal to what you say you're going to do. Like I said this morning, mentally, I was like, I do not want to do this room, but I'm going to do it anyway. Just being authentic, loyal to your people, to yourself. And second, hard work. Putting in the time, putting in the effort. If you want success, if you want things to come through, you have to pay the price. You got to get up in the morning. You got to do that. And the third one is faith, Faith, having faith in whatever your higher power is. Hello, Health Wells. And for me, that's my God. And then the last one is high energy. Your vibe is your tribe. And then, that is the foundation of our business, our 4 pillars, our mindsets, and then heart set, nutrition, and exercise. That's so important. And then to top it off at the top, mind, body, and soul awakening. Once you do all of those things, you get this awakening that's going to change your heart and change your soul. Renee, can you try to get Health up here so we can get her comments before we get out of here? We're going to be ending the room shortly, but I would love to talk from Health. I believe she is like a sleep expert. If so, Health, I want you to chat about that, this sleep cycles really quick. Today, we're talking about being unstoppable. And the 3 tips that I mentioned, I spoke from my experience, and one of them was to stop smoking. The second one was to move your body. And the third one was to change your eating habits. Now, I know sleeping, or shall I say, the lack of sleep, can cause you to not lose weight or be energetic. So, Health, what are your thoughts on that? True, not true? And are you the expert on sleep, or one of the experts, or am I wrong with my thoughts?
I know enough to help my athletes.
Yes. Introduce yourself, and please talk to my peeps about sleep.
Yeah. Sorry, I was actually trying to pay for something. My order was wrong. But no, sleep is essential. Sleep is the reason why I was able to successfully become overweight. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you deprive yourself of enough sleep, like, it is enough. People don't realize that it increases all the wrong hormones when you're staying up beyond what's normal for your body. And we all have a different sleep chronotype and sleep requirements. It's not a one size fits all. But however, when you do get into the danger zone for yourself, then that's when you put your body into what we call fat storing mode, because all the wrong hormones are, at play, and they're at peak states, which they're fine during the day or whatever time you're supposed to be awake. But when we're supposed to be asleep, there needs to be a changing of the shift. Otherwise, that's when we get screwed when it comes down to weight loss. And when your body has to choose between keeping you alive and that kind of thing, then it's going to prefer to store everything into your fat closet. So that's the abbreviated version of helping people to understand how serious sleep is, amongst other things. Thanks for letting me share.
Health, did you say the health closets? Is that what you said?
I call them fat closets.
I love it. Now, Health, I don't know if this is true, but this is what I heard, that you have an ebook about sleep cycles or something about sleep. Is that true? Because as you're speaking, I'm like, I need more information.
Talk that talk. You better go on ahead and speak that thing into my life. That's what it sounds like I need to do this summer, right? Since I have
Yes. And that could be, you know how they always say you have to have this free giveaway to get people into your tribe, because I actually had the pleasure of meeting this beautiful queen, and I have to share something. We were kind of like our very first interaction was not too fancy, because what did I say? Busy. Oh, we were in a group chat and someone said, I'm busy. And I'm like, I don't use the word busy. I don't believe in that, blah, blah, blah. And then Health goes in and she puts some definition. So we're like going back and forth in the chat. And I was like, leave it alone. But it was cute. She stood her ground. And I was like, okay, I respect what you say, because I was saying busy is no such word. Anyway, I was a little nervous about meeting her in person. I'm like, oh Lord, but it was like a ray of sunshine, and you know so much about sleep. So I may be interviewing you at 5 a.m. on a BWC one morning. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that? I know you're busy. I can hear you in the car.
Love it. The summer is the only time I get some playtime, so I am here for it. Absolutely.
Oh, she said too much, guys. She says she has time in the summer, so it may be even better than a 5 o'clock segment. Maybe we can have her for our Monday night meeting to talk to our peeps about sleep, because I have an online, fitness studio. If you're watching this right now and you're looking to join a tribe and you're looking to be fit, healthy, and blessed, you're looking to advance your relationships and your money, tap in. We're going to be coming up with a new little subscription for those people that want to dive in a little bit deeper to me and my company and my tribe. It's going to be coming through next week. And as I said, we're here Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 a.m. Mind, Body, and Soul Awakening. We have so many things coming through the pipeline, from courses to books to you name it. I'm so excited about it. It's 8:27. Before we get out of here, Renee, or before I go to Renee, Chris, Mommy, or anyone else, you want to say anything? I'll give you 5.
I want to just back you up and second that. Health, Shantae, please come in and help us with our Monday night group. We would love to have you. Sleep is so important, and you've got so much more knowledge to share. So I'm gonna push that, Tina.
Yes, this week we have Dustin. We're doing and you know what, Health, you might want to come through this Monday night if you're watching. Every quarter we do a fast. And fasting and cleansing are two different things. And again, you don't know what you don't know. And last year I did a juice cleanse, and it was phenomenal. And because, I've done all sorts of cleanses, and this is what I love about Chris, and I respect her so much. She says, well, Tina, you might want to do this or whatever. And then it's so funny. One of our other girls are like, well, which are you doing, Tina? Are you doing the cleanse, the juice cleanse, or the fast? And I said, well, I'm going to do more research. So instead of saying, no, Chris, we're not doing that, we're going to do the juice cleanse, I actually did some research on cleanses, and they were talking about different reasons why you don't want to cleanse. So long story short, we're going to be doing a fast as a group the second week of July. You can choose if you want to do a 3-day, a 5-day, a 7-day. Is that correct, Chris? Are there different days, amounts of days? Help me out with that.
Well, if we did iFast, it's a 5-day, but we can modify it for anything. So yes, it's so easy to modify.
Okay. So if you want to come through Monday night, we're going to be talking about that. We have a guest speaker, because I've done, if you name it, I've probably done it. The Beyonce diet, the 21, I did that for 21 days. All I had was lemonade. It wasn't lemonade. I made it feel like lemonade with the apple cider vinegar and what's it, apple cider vinegar? The water, the lemon, it was the syrup, the maple syrup. Anyway, I've done it all. So I just love to to expand my mind and strengthen my body and everything. So if you want to join us Monday night. And then maybe the following, if you're free, the following week, we can have you talk about sleep, which is so important. With that being said, before I close this out, Renee, do you have anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Yeah, the number one thing I want people to remember is don't take for granted your ability to take control of your health and wellness and do something about it before it's too late. Don't complain. Take it as a privilege, because there are many people who don't have that opportunity because they're no longer with us or their loved ones are no longer with us. So don't complain. Start coming up with reasons why you want to take care of yourself.
Thank you for that, Renee. I am Stars Tina, your host. Again, we're here Tuesday through Thursday on Clubhouse. We're here on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube right now. I'm so excited to be here. As I said, many new things coming in the pipeline. I have a book that I'm working on called Mind, Body, and Soul Awakening, which pretty much talks about my program. And Chris, I don't think I told you this, Chris. In July, we are launching our TV show that I'm super excited about. Again, Mind, Body, and Soul Awakening. You might see this like all over the place because my goal is to just transform the world. I want to be the Oprah of fitness, if that makes any sense at all. Just transform.
And you are unstoppable. Okay, we know that.
Yes, unstoppable. Before I get out of here really quick, I told you I was watching the compilations of Oprah, and one of the episodes that she had on there was when she had lost 60 something pounds. And she was saying currently, when she was like, after she'd gained the weight back, when she did it, she was so much into image and what people thought and pulling out that little wagon of 60 something pounds. Looking at that, she was like, wow, how it was wrong for her to think that way. And we don't want to think about image, how you look. I really want us to be a little stronger. And how do you feel? Okay. I am not that 145 pounds or 155 pounds that I want to be, but I feel amazing. Let me tell you, when I couldn't run, and I want to walk into the room, Justin, when I couldn't run and my chest would hurt after 30 seconds, I'm like, what is wrong with you, Tina? But now I can actually move again. And it's like, yay. I'm just happy that I can do that. So think about how you feel. And oh my gosh, something fell. Something fell. Oh, just a part of the tree in front of the house. Okay, I heard a loud sound. I've got this woodpecker out there, and I'm telling you, the woodpecker is just trying to knock all the trees down. But anyway, that's my workout thing. That means I need to walk some more. All right, guys. So we're out of here, and I'm so grateful to have you here. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Health Wells. We are out of here. See you on Tuesday, same time. Peace.